Watch this. They're probably all sitting down there. I just gotta get them fired up. I've seen it before where you keep throwing with a worm and you're like, yeah, I'm beating on the school. They're not here anymore. Throw a crankbait out there and see what happens. You gotta change just to get them fired back up. With that little Trago vibe, look at that. Biggin on the Trago. Biggin. I mean giant, guys. Oh no! All right, Tackle Warehouse fans, day 2 vlogging here in northern Florida, Suwanne Valley Preserve, bunch of lakes, beautiful water, untouched fisheries. That's the good news. The bad news, right on the heels of a major cold front. Today's a little different. We got some cloud, we got a little more wind, and yesterday we caught a few on a gilly, gave us a glimmer of hope. Today we're gonna pick it back up with the gilly. We're gonna throw in some max scent. Who knows, maybe even a crankbait later. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a good one. There goes one, geez Louise. Smashed it, man. I mean, smashed it. Doesn't feel very big though. No, he's not very big. It's a bass though. Not hooked very well, is he? That was unexpected. We're in northern Florida. The water temperature is 57, 58. You'd think they'd be everywhere spawning, but for some reason, they're still deep. We went through a little cut back here, and when we went through the cut, I noticed shad and some fish down around 8 or 12 feet. And so your mind is thinking plastics, soft plastics, swim baits, right? Your mind is thinking up. But sometimes the fish have other plans, right? And it's a Florida strain bass. So we switched to a Rapala. This is a DT8, and caught the first bass of the morning. Sometimes that first fish is a fluke. Sometimes it's the start of a pattern. So we got to throw this DT around a little more and see what happens. I'll tell you about this bait. Let me let this fish go. I want to show you this DT8 a little bit. All right, real quick. So I want to show you why this DT8 sometimes can be real important, okay? Right here in this hand, I've got a DT6, and you see that small 6-foot bill, but you see the small body size. In my left hand, I've got a DT10, bigger bill, but a bigger body size, all right? Look at the difference in those two body sizes. So when you look at the DT8, it's a hybrid between those two baits. It has the body size of the 6, right? Small body size, but it has the diving ability of that 10-foot, that DT10. So the DT8 on 12-pound tests, it will go 8 feet. But on 10-pound tests, you can get it 9. On 8-pound tests, you can get it 10, even 11 feet deep. So smaller body, deeper bill, and a lot of times that combination is magic. We've noticed out here yesterday, the shad are real small. And when that shad's small, sometimes it's important to consolidate your body size down, but I still want to get down around 8, 9 feet. This is a good bait. There's one. Golly. What the heck is that? Is that a crappie? That's a crappie! One! Hey! Hey now! Hey now! Sacole! Oh, sacole! Sacole! You don't call them crappie in Florida, you call them sacole! Hey, you like that? DT8 in his face. That right there, folks, certified AKA white crappie, AKA sacole, AKA speck. Whatever you want to call it, that's good eating right there. Yeah. It's, oh golly, I just got freaking hammered. Oh my God, that wasn't a junk fish. Wow, maybe that wasn't a rando. That was a good bite, dude. He just didn't get it. He just sideswiped it. What was that? I mean, that felt like a bass. Damn it, he hit it. Got him, biggin, biggin. Oh, biggin, biggin. That's the thing with fishing, guys. You know, you never know. One bite's a rando! One bite's a rando. Two bite is a pattern. And it is down his throat. Look at that, guys. Wait till you see this one. Wow, wow, delay rod. Soak it up, delay rod. Soak it up, delay rod. Look at this thing. Talk about down his throat. How about that? How about that? Get in there. Get in here. Yeah! Yeah! That's no rando, guys. That's no rando. Let me tell you, when they're eating a plug like that, you're doing something right. Holy heck, it is down his throat. All right, you heard me say DT in his face, DT in his throat. I'm going to talk to you again. Let me let this go. I want to talk to you again about why that crankbait is so good. All right, once again, guys, that's the DT8. For sure, the key feature is small body size, bigger bill, bigger diving depth. So we can get a DT6 body 8 to 10 to 11 feet. That's key. The other thing that's key, we're in Florida here and there's a lot of vegetation, fishing around hydrilla. We got a little bit of eelgrass here and there, a little bit of milfoil. And if you look at that bill on these DT plugs, especially the DT8, you see this nice, thin, almost pointed, rounded bill. And that bill acts like a razor blade. So even when I get hung on the hydrilla, I give it a little snap. You've heard me about ripping crankbaits, snapping crankbaits before. I give it a little snap. And because that bill is so thin, it cuts the grass and you get a reaction strike. Man, if fish are in that zone, 8 to 10, 11 feet, that's a hard crankbait to beat right there. There it goes. Big one, dude. Oh, big one. They're bass. They're bass. They're big bass. And 30 feet, dude. I mean, this is, I got him snagged, or it's a giant, like 8-pounder giant. How about that? I mean, that was my first drop with a Molix Trago Vibe blade bait. We don't know what I got yet, but we saw him on the active target. It's a giant bass, dude. Yeah! 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 Look at that! Woo! All right. Guys, I don't do, you know me. You've been watching these vlogs for long enough. I've been doing them with Tackle Warehouse for like 50 years. I don't do testimonial stuff, right? That's not me. But dude, that Lowrance active target showed me these fish way out here, 25 to 33 feet. And I'm like, we're like, hey, 25 to 30 feet, they gotta be crappie out there, right? And the water temperature's 58 for crying out loud. First cast, first cast with that little Trago Vibe. Look at that. Now, that's a legal fish, just to let you guys know. He hit at the bait and didn't get it, and I snagged him in the tails, happens a lot. But that's a 3/8 ounce. Let me show you this thing. Wow, what a fish. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh my God. That is that's a 3/8 ounce Molix Trago Vibe. Factory hooks. I call them the double pronged frog hooks because it goes over the cover real nice. Dude, this is the kind of bait you throw in the winter when the water's cold, 58-degree water. But if you see them on that active target, they're there. It doesn't lie. And that's one of the best baits for fishing that depth zone. I'll take that all day long. Yeah! All right, here's this Lowrance active target. I'm shooting out 70 feet in front of the boat, and you can see the pile of fish right there just swimming around. They're kind of grouped up. You'll see occasional school of bait, but right there I can count, just within sight, I can count 30 or 40 of them right there. Oh, I missed him. I had one hit it and missed it. That was definitely a bite too. Big one on Trago Vibe. Big one on a Trago Vibe. Dude, I knew it, dude. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, Takahiro. These big ones are not up yet. This is amazing. In Florida, catching giants, giants, giants on a Trago Vibe. Look at this. I want to show you this. This is amazing. Watch this. You ready? Watch this. Look at this. Look how white that fish is. All right, you ready? Tackle Warehouse lesson time. When that fish is pale, look at that fish. Look how pale he is. It looks like a trout, for crying out loud. Look, he's white. It doesn't even look like a bass. Guess what? This fish has been deep. That's a sign that fish are deep. When they're real pale, they've been in deep water. They haven't been shallow. Dude, we're in Florida. It's going to be 70 today. Guess what? The fish are still in 20 to 30 feet of water. And look at that bait. So many times people assume a metal blade bait is only for wintertime fishing. Dude, it's for pre-spawn, summer. It's just such a good deep water tool. And when you have to get a pliers to get it out, you're doing something right. And when they're eating it like that, you've got the right bait. Let me let this fish go, and I want to tell you a little bit about that Trago Vibe. All right, guys, you may have remembered from a past TW vlog that we did using the Trago Vibe in ultra cold water, wintertime fishing on the upper Chesapeake Bay and also at Spruce Run Reservoir. Man, this same bait is working in Florida. This is the 3/8 ounce gold Trago Vibe. I just want to show you a couple key features of this bait. The first one are the hooks. And when you look at those hooks, that's not something you see on a lot of metal blade baits. I call these the double-pronged frog hooks. And the reason they're so good in situations like this, listen, we're in Florida. We've got a lot of grass, we've got a lot of sticks and brush down there in that 20 and 30 foot of water, and those hooks slide over the cover. Look at my finger right there. If that was a regular treble hook, I couldn't do that, right? So you have a hook that's got a great hookup percentage, but you're able to fish it through cover. The other thing on this bait, and this is really special, a lot of blade baits out there, a lot of metal baits, but look at that weight. And if you see, it looks like a little bump on it. This is basically to center the bait to make sure it always runs horizontal and true. If all that weight was in the head, it would run like that. If the weight was in the tail, it would run like that. So that keel balances out this blade bait and keeps it vibrating horizontal at all times. Let's go into tackle real quick because this surprises a lot of people, but I'm using this on a spinning rod. I prefer this 3/8 1/4 blade bait on a spinning rod. This is the Abu Garcia 7-foot medium action spinning rod. This is the Ike series. This is a rod that has a medium action. It's about 60-40, 40% tip, 60% backbone. It's a great rod, and I like how I can get vertical by using a spinning reel. If I see one on the graph, I click that bail, and I can drop on them. It's hard to do that with a casting reel. This is the 2000 or 20 size Abu Garcia Revo Ike. I'm using 10-pound Berkley X5 white braid, and here's the little kicker at the end. You ready? Super short leader of 10-pound Berkley Trilene 100% fluorocarbon. That little lead of fluorocarbon for those line-shy fish, it helps with the bite, and also it keeps those hooks from wrapping in the braid. The fluorocarbon's dense, so it sinks. That braid floats, so it keeps it away. But the braid, that 10-pound X5, I need that, zero stretch, 30 feet of water, instant hookup. All right, guys, so I'm using a combination of my graph. I'm using active target from Lowrance. I'm also using down imaging and 2D to find the fish and find the bait. But here's the real trick to this. Again, spinning rod surprises a lot of people, but it gets the bait down really quick. And short pulls, guys, here's the thing. A blade bait, I'm not doing those giant rips up. Just watch, I'm literally, my rod's at 3, and I'm taking it from 3 to 2 and back down. Real slow, so slow pulls. I just want that bait lifting off the bottom, falling back down, looks like a dying bait fish. These fish out in the deep water, they can't help themselves. They think it's an easy meal, and I got them. Oh God, it was a giant. Giant. Oh my God, wow. Wow. I got 2 cranks on him and he came off. It's funny, I had some show up on the graph and I'm like, God, there's some. And like instantly, wow. Yeah, that was a good one. It's hard to, oh, missed another one. That one was a small one though. Wow. Yeah, so one of the interesting things I'm doing is I'm not making a lot of cast. If you kind of watch what I'm doing, because it's a blade bait, it's 3/8, I can keep it real horizontal and deep. I'm literally almost using the trolling motor to troll around and find these marks. I'm looking at my active target, I'm seeing those fish, I head in that direction, but I'm never really reeling the bait in. I'm keeping it at the bottom, I'm keeping my hop short, and this is a great way to cover water with a blade bait. Biggin' on the Trago. Biggin'. I mean giant, guys. Oh no! That hurts. Big. I mean, just hit it so right. Back on the fall, I lifted it, short hop, just and it's falling back down. I just saw the line go tink. It's like almost like a worm bite, you know? You know, it's been the 1-2 punch for these deep Florida fish. Trago Vibe when I'm in that 28 to 32 foot, and then Rapala DT8, brand new bait, when I get in that little shallower zone, that 8 to 12 foot zone. This has really been effective for me all day. When I get to these points like this is when I'm picking up the crankbait, I'm picking up the blade bait when I'm more in those troughs. So using them hand in hand to try to figure these fish out. I want to talk to you a little bit about this rod and reel, because this is a key part of it too. Okay, you ready for this? This is a DT8. Watch how far this thing goes. I mean, that's a 50-yard throw almost, and the rod is a big part of that. When I get this bait in, I want to show it to you. You can almost see it in the tip that this is a soft action parabolic rod, very parabolic rod. That's key to this crankbait. So this is the 7.3 Abu Garcia Ike Series rod. I've got a slower gear ratio reel on it. I like that 6:1 Revo Ike. It makes me more methodical, especially when they're not active. Here's the key though to this rod. I don't care what rod you buy. Look at this. Look how flimsy this rod is. This rod is almost a 50-50 rod, meaning half of the rod, the first half, look how spongy that is whippy. This happens to be a Delay Series rod, which means it's part graphite, part fiberglass. It's composite. But if you like all graphite or all fiberglass, make sure it's spongy. And that sponge is going to allow you to throw this bait really far. When that fish hits it, there's a little delay before you get into the fish. And last but not least, you saw some of them early fish catches. Them things going crazy near the boat. That tip's going to absorb that shock of when that fish is jumping. Last but not least, line, DT, you want maximum action, maximum diving depth, throw it on Flora. You're gonna see it right here with my little sticker. 12-pound Berkeley Trilene 100% fluorocarbon. Completes the package. This is the perfect combo to throw a crankbait on, especially that DT. There he goes. Oh God, it's a big one. Ah! Swallowed it too again. Oh, in his face. Look at that. You know you got the right bait when they're hooked like that, guys. You know you've got the right bait. There you go. Look at that. Whew. Man, what a day. I hope you enjoyed this one, man. This was a difficult shoot, but it's a great lesson. Even in Florida, even when the water's warming and it's almost 60, if the fish aren't up, go out. Today was a great day using 2 tools deep, using that DT10 and that 8 to 11 foot zone, and using a blade bait really deep, 28 to 32 feet. So man, I hope you liked it. Listen to me, if you like this video, I want you to like and comment on this post. Also, I want you to enter the Tackle Warehouse gear giveaway. We got some great stuff from sponsors like Berkeley and AFTCO. Keep your eye out. We got a couple more coming your way. The water's warming. Who knows? I'm not making any predictions at this point. Jeez Louise.